up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner, and today I'm bringing to you guys my updated Thunder Dragon Bystial K9 deck. As you guys have seen, I have played Thunder Dragon in the past. It is definitely one of my favorite decks, if not my favorite deck to play. But I've been experimenting a little bit with the K9 package, as it works very well with rank 5s and getting extra pieces on the board, just to further experiment and see how the deck goes. And I have loved the actual end board that this deck can put out, from Colossus with a Ripper, with K9 Jacks, while allowing you to have access to IP and further exceeds during your opponent's turn. It allows so much more for you to actually pop off with and further hinder your opponent for them to even activate or do anything in response. This deck has a lot of fun capabilities and makes it so much fun to play. Also giving you a lot more OTK power and possibilities of further setting up negation or board locks as you look into the actual deck. Now, I did mention that this is a new deck build. Yes, I have tested it. It is a lot of fun. And I want to hop right on into this. So let's go ahead and jump right on in to our main deck. Now, as you'll notice, we're playing the original 3 Thunder Dragon Roar. You can discard this card. Add to your hand 1 Thunder Dragon card that is banished or in your graveyard. Except Thunder Dragon Roar. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Thunder Dragon monster from your deck in defense position, but return to the hand during the end phase. You can only use 1 Thunder Dragon Roar effect per turn, and only once that turn. So that means if you utilize the discard effect, you cannot utilize the banish or send to graveyard effect. So you either got one or the other as an option. To follow up and complement the Thunder Dragon Roar, we're playing 3 Thunder Dragon Dark. Quick effect, you can discard this card, add 1 Thunder Dragon Dark from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished or sent from field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand, except Thunder Dragon Dark. You can only use 1 Thunder Dragon Dark effect per turn, and only once per turn. Then, of course, it wouldn't be the Thunder Dragon deck without 3 of the OG Thunder Dragon. As you guys know, he is level 5. You discard this card. You can add up to 2 Thunder Dragons from your deck to your hand. So you can add just him, then add 1, discard the other one to add the final one. Just being able to get you 2 discard targets or discard effects. Then, of course, I am playing the final Thunder Dragon of the actual main deck, which is 2 Thunder Dragon Hawk. This is our quick effect, or not quick effect, but our from hand discard to special summon 1 of our Thunder Dragon monsters that is banished or in our graveyard, except Thunder Dragon Hawk. If this card is banished or sent from field to the graveyard, you can shuffle any number of cards from your hand into the deck, then draw the same number of cards. You can only use that effect of Thunder Dragon Hawk effect once per turn and only once that turn. So basically, outside of being a monster reborn from either graveyard or banish, it can allow you a mulligan of cards that you don't want in your hand if it's sent from field to grave as well, or banished from graveyard. So it allows you further options to really work with this deck. Now, before I hop into the actual deck components that are working with Bystials and K9, let's go ahead and take a look at the supplemental. The supplemental engines, I'm running 3 Mental Tuner. This card is insane because you can banish up to 1 light and 1 dark monster from your hand or graveyard, increase or decrease this monster's level by that exact number banished until the end of this turn. You can target up to 2 of your banished monsters, 1 light or 1 dark, return them to the graveyard, and if you do, increase or decrease this card's level by the exact number returned until the end of this turn. So you can activate either or of those effects, which is really great because this turns into a level 4 or level 2 tuner, which you can utilize to go into Chaos Angel or Chaos Archfiend. Then, of course, up next, I'm playing the 3 Battery Man Solar. Solar is, if this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 Thunder monster from your deck to the graveyard. If a Thunder monster is normal or special summon while this monster is on the field, special summon 1 Battery Man token. Thunder, Light, level 1, attack 0, defense 0. You can target 1 Battery Man effect monster you control, or in your graveyard. This card's name becomes that monster's until the end phase. You can only use each effect of Battery Man Solar once per turn. So, outside of just being a free normal summon as a Thunder monster and getting a token if something's revived, it allows us to dump a Thunder Dragon card that we want in the graveyard to proc off our Bystials. Then, of course, I'm playing the 1 Black Dragon Clap Serpent, 1 White Dragon Wyvern Burster. As you guys know, these guys just freshly came back to 2. I do like just playing these each at 1. There isn't really much use in playing more than that because, yes, while they can recycle them back, it is more of a clunky feel if you get them in your hand with doubles instead of seeing anything else. These are really good extenders, especially if you're trying to do rank 4 or link plays. But the main thing is they both cannot be normal summoned or set. They must be special summoned by banishing a light for Collapse Serpent or a dark for Wyvern Burster. You can only special summon each once per turn this way. If either is sent, they search the opposite. So if Black Collapse Serpent is sent to the graveyard from the field, you can add 1 White Dragon Wyvern Burster from deck to your hand. If White Dragon Wyvern Burster is sent from field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. So basically it gets you a way to get a free search for each of these. So that's what I like playing for the actual Chaos components and Thunder Dragon components of the deck. Well, you know, I did mention that we were playing Bystial and K9, so let's go ahead and take a look at those monsters and see what we're really playing. Well, of course I'm playing the 3 Bystial Lubellion because this card is insane for the Bystial archetype and getting us our Bystial monsters so we can further trigger off our graveyard effects by banishing our Thunder Dragon monsters. This card cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by attributing 1 level 6 or higher Dark Dragon monster. You can only special summon the Bystial Lubellion once per turn this way. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, add 1 Bystial monster from your deck to your hand, except the Bystial Lubellion. During your main phase, you can place 1 branded continuous spell or trap from your deck face up on your field. You can only use each effect of Bystial Lubellion once per turn. So basically this is our discard to get our access to either the Bystial Magnemite, Bystial Druid Swarm, either the Bystial Baldrakes, or either the Bystial Sarniers. Magnemite is our Dragon Searcher. You can banish a light or dark monster in either graveyard. And if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. If this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this turn. You can add 1 Dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except Bystial Magnemite. You can only use each effect of Bystial Magnemite once per turn. Bystial Druid's Worm. You can target 1 light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Bystial Druid's Worm once per turn. Bystial Baldrake. Once again, the same kind of summoning condition of it is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster by targeting a light or dark monster in either graveyard and banishing it. And if you do, special summon this card from your hand. If your opponent special summons a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link monster, except during the damage step, you contribute 1 other light or dark monster, then target 1 of those special summon monsters and banish it. So that gives us further control over the board. Then we have the 2 Bystial Sarnier. Outside of this boy being a 2500 2K like the rest of the main boys, you could target 1 light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it. If you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 Bystial monster or 1 branded spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard, except Bystial Sarnier. You can only use each effect of Bystial Sarnier once per turn. So the only real reason why I'm playing him at 2 is because he's an extra buy to search off a Lubellion, is an extra buy to banish a Thunder Dragon from graveyard. Also, it allows us to dump the Lubellion into the graveyard to get him onto the board for further damage. So that's all the Bystials that I'm actually running for the actual main deck. But let's go ahead and hop right on into our final engine that we run in this deck, and that is the K9s. So, the fun fact is you do not have to run the 3K9 Azuna, but the 3K9 Azuna does open up a lot of crackback for your opponent if they activate any monster effects or anything during your turn, allowing you to further play through a lot of stuff. For example, if your opponent has 2 or more cards in their hand, you can normal summon this card without tributing. You can only use each of the following effects of K9, 17 Azuna once per turn. During the main phase, if your opponent has activated a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, this turn, quick effect, you special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or a special summon, you can send 1 K9 card from your deck to the graveyard, except K9 Azuna. In this case, we're usually going to be sending off K9 00 Lupus. This way we can further seize during our opponent's turn and interact with them. Next, of course, I'm playing the K966A Jokel at 3. If your opponent has 2 or more cards in their hand, you can normal summon this card without tributing. You can only use each of the following effects of K966A Jokel once per turn. You can reveal this card and one other level 5 monster in your hand, special summon both, but they cannot be used as material for an Xyz of a light monster. During your main phase, you can add one non-Aqua K9 monster from your deck to your hand. So basically, this is a way to add a Zuna from your deck to your hand, but it's also a way to special summon one of those level 5 Thunder Dragons that you don't want in your hand out onto the board and actually utilize it to go into Ripper to get another search of a K9 card, which can help you out a lot while also getting you a Thunder Dragon monster in the graveyard to further your plays. Then, of course, we're playing the one K966B Lantern. If your opponent has 2 or more cards in their hand, you can normal summon this card without tributing. You can use each of the following effects of K966B Lantern once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can target one level 5 non-pyro K9 monster in your graveyard, special summon both it and this card, but they cannot be used as material for the Xyz summon of a light monster. During your main phase, you can add one K9 spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Then finally, we have the one K900 Lupus. This card, an Xyz monster that has this card as material, gains its effects. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of K900 Lupus once per turn. During the main phase, if your opponent has activated a monster effect in the hand or graveyard this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. During your opponent's turn, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves, Xyz summon using this card you control. The one thing I will state is I'm going to more likely add the new K9 that was added in the prior set of Doom and Dimensions as a one-of as well, as it allows you to special summon a K9 from deck and then go directly into a rank 5 that can't be a light monster, I believe. But either way, that's further extender to go into Ripper, even if you don't have any other monsters in hand, which can very much help you get through and start up plays. So that is all the K9 monsters that I am playing currently, but I will state that you do not have to play the Azunas. They are nice to have, but you don't really need them. The main things that you can really play are the 3 Jokel, the 1 Lantern, and if you want to be a little more controlling with the main deck one for the new one from Doom of Dimensions, you can run the Lupus and that one as well. I think the package overall is like $10 without the Azunas. So that can definitely help you out a lot more with that. No, so the effect of the other one, I just remembered. It is not a light monster. It has to be used for the summon of a K9 monster while that monster is on the board. So basically you special summon it and the one from deck, and then that while that other K9 card is on the board, you cannot special summon anything outside of K9 monsters while it is not a material and is still technically on the board. So, aside from that, I am going to go through the spells now, which are a 3, a case for K9. When this card is activated, you can add one K9 monster from your deck to your hand. K9 monsters you control gain 900 attack during any turn in which your opponent has activated a monster effect in the hand or graveyard. If this card in this spell and trap zone is destroyed by a card effect, you can set one K9 quick play spell from your deck or graveyard. You can only use this effect of case for K9 once per turn. You can only activate a case for K9 once per turn. So outside of Jokel being our main searcher, a case for K9 gets us any of the monsters that we're really needing to utilize, and it also gives them an attack boost, which can further help you control the board, since I can't really easily beat over your Xyz monsters or your actual main deck monsters. Next, I'm playing 3, Emergency Teleport, because Mental Tuner is a psychic, and we don't really want to normal summon him if we have to, so running 3 Emergency Teleport gets us a free special summon, and being able to increase and decrease his level off of the special summon makes it a lot better than just having to normal summon. We're trying to special summon as much as possible with this deck, and Emergency Teleport helps us with that. Of course, since we're playing a lot of dark monsters, we're playing 2 Allure of Darkness. Any banish of a dark Thunder Dragon card gets us advantage, which can further help us out. You can draw 2 cards, banish 1 dark monster from your hand, or if you do not have any in your hand, send your entire hand to the graveyard, which is perfectly fine because we can still utilize those effects in the graveyard if we need to, but most of the deck is just dark monsters. Outside of the one Lubellion, base Thunder Dragon Hawk, Lupus, Mental Tuner, Battery Man Solar. Okay, never mind. I think it's half light, half dark, the more I look at it. But either way, Allure of Darkness is a fun draw if you need any kind of access to really bait your opponent into being like, oh, okay, I need to Ash this. That's a perfect Ash target, which helps you out a lot. You do not have to play the Allure of Darkness with this build. I just like playing it as it is an additional way to get some draw power. Next, of course, I'm playing the 2 Thunder Dragon Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Thundered Fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among your cards on the field, in your graveyard, and or your face-up banish cards during your main phase. Except this turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Thunder Dragon Fusion once per turn. So outside of it being a generic search and a base fusion, it allows you to fusion, summon, and recycle your Thunder Dragon monsters, which can help out in the long game as well. Then, as for the one-ofs, I'm playing 1 K9X Forced Release, 1 Chaos Space, 1 Branded Regained, and 1 Gold Sarcophagus. K9X Forced Release. During the main phase, you target 1 K9 Xyz monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 K9 Xyz monster with a different name by using that monster you control. This is treated as an Xyz summon, transfers materials to the summon monster. Then you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls. At the end of the battle phase, if your K9 monster battled this turn, you can set this card from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of K9X Forced Release once per turn. Chaos Space. Send 1 light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add 1 light or dark monster that cannot be normal summoned or set from your deck to your hand, with a level from 4 to 8 and with a different attribute than that monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 of those banished light or dark monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set. Place that monster on the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only use each effect of Chaos Space once per turn. This is the way we're basically recycling the Wyvern Burster and Collapse Serpent while also being able to get us a free draw. This is also a way we can search it by getting a Thunder Dragon into the graveyard. Branded Regained. If a light or dark monster is banished, except during the damage step, you can target 1 of those monsters, place that monster on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, draw a card. You can only use this effect of Branded Regained once per turn. Once per turn, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can target 1 Bystial monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only activate this effect of Branded Regained once per chain, which very much helps because it lets you get Druid Swarm back on the board, and then when they try to be over Druid Swarm, or if Druid Swarm leaves the field, you get an additional send. Gold Sarcophagus. Banish 1 card from your deck face up. During your second standby phase after this card's activation, add that card to the hand. This is basically a free banish and free activation of a Thunder Dragon Roar or Dark, which can further help you with your plays. This card is really great, not just in Malice, but in Thunder Dragon, of course. Alright, so that's all the spells that I'm actually playing. I'm not playing any hand traps or traps for this deck, as this deck is just nothing but gas. We're basically trying to use as much cards as we can in our hand and graveyard and banishment to get out as many monsters as possible to further hinder our opponent from actually being able to play the game or being able to further break their board. So, going over that, what does that mean for the extra deck? Well, the extra deck doesn't change that much from the last video, but we're playing 2 Thunder Dragon Colossus, which requires 1 Thunder Dragon and 1 Thunder Monster. Must be fusion summon or special summon during the turn. A Thunder Monster effect was activated in the hand by attributing 1 Thunder effect non-fusion monster, in which case you do not use polymerization. Cards cannot be added from the main deck to your opponent's hand except by drawing them. If this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 Thunder monster from your graveyard instead. So this is basically our way of further controlling what our opponent adds to their hand by completely turning that off. The only thing they can do is just draw cards. Next up, I play the 2 Thunder Dragon Titan, which is 3 Thunder Dragon monsters. Must be fusion summon or special summon by banishing 1 Thunder monster from your hand and 1 Thunder fusion monster you control except Thunder Dragon Titan. In which case you do not use polymerization when a Thunder Dragon or Thunder monster's effect is activated in the hand, even during the damage step quick effect. You can destroy 1 card on the field. If this card would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard instead. So both of these have the capability of saving themselves. While Colossus is being cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect by saving itself by banishing a Thunder card or Thunder monster from your graveyard, Titan is only protected by by destruction by card effect by banishing 2 cards. So either or, you can get some protection on these monsters just by their effects. So, for the Synchro package, I'm playing 1 Chaos Archfiend, 1 Chaos Angel, and 1 Bystial Dissipator. Chaos Archfiend requires 1 Light Tuner and 1 or more non-tuner Dark monsters. If any card has been banished this turn, this card gains 2,000 attack. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Also, banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. If this card's owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon 1 Chaos Synchro monster from your extra deck except Chaos Archfiend. You can only use this effect of Chaos Archfiend once per turn. So outside of it becoming a 4,500 beater for our side and a free banish of whatever it destroys, it basically turns it into, if you destroy this, we get Chaos Angel out for free. But what does Chaos Angel do? Chaos Angel requires 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner light or dark monster. For this Synchro summon, you could treat 1 light or dark monster you control as a tuner. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 card on the field, banish it. This card gains these effects based on the original attributes and materials used for its Synchro summon. Light. Synchro monsters you control are unaffected by monster effects activated by your opponent. Dark. Monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. So, basically giving you further protection while also making it a little bit harder for your opponent to interact with your Synchro monsters. Next up, we have Bystial Dissipator. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner dragon monsters. You can target 1 light or dark monster. Special summon it to your field. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can target 1 banished card, shuffle it into the deck. Then if you shuffled it into your deck, you can destroy that monster, or if you shuffled it into your opponent's deck, negate that activated effect. You can only use each effect of Bystial Dissipator once per turn. So that's an additional negation, but also a capability of getting Thunder Dragon Colossus back out from banish, especially if we use Thunder Dragon Titan's effect to summon it by banishing the Colossus and a Thunder Dragon monster from our hand, or Thunder monster from our hand, which can further assist us in setting up a more efficient board lock. All right, so that's our fusion, our synchros. Now let's move on to our Xyz monsters, which are 2 K917 Ripper. It is a warrior Xyz effect monster, which requires 2 level 5 monsters. You can attach 1 material from this card, add 1 K9 card from your deck to your hand. Then if your opponent has activated a monster effect this turn, you can set 1 K9 quick play spell from your deck or graveyard. When your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, quick effect, you can attach 1 material from this card and negate that effect. You can only use each effect of K917 Ripper once per turn. Next, we're playing the new K966X Jax, which requires 2 level 5 monsters. It is a Fiend Xyz effect monster. If this card is Xyz summoned, or if your opponent activates a monster effect in the hand or graveyard, you can attach 1 material from this card, then target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. You can only use this effect of K966 Jax once per turn. A K9 Xyz monster that has this card gains as a material gains this effect. During any turn in which your opponent has activated monster effect in the hand or graveyard, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. So if we go into the K9X Werewolf, we're allowing ourselves to further do more damage. Which K9X Werewolf is a rank 9 Beast Warrior Xyz effect monster. Requires 2 level 9 monsters, or you can summon it via the quick play spell. While this card has a material, it can attack a number of times each battle phase, up to the number of materials attached to it. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can attach 1 material from this card, then activate this effect depending on whose turn it is. If it's your turn, banish up to 1 card from your opponent's field and graveyard. Your opponent's turn, look at your opponent's hand, banish 1 card from it face up until the end phase. You can only use each effect, or this effect of K9X Werewolf once per turn. So, outside of being able to set up a decent amount of negation and popping and interaction and doing some decent battle damage, we have the capability of really either going into our fusions, our synchros, Xyz. Well, we also have the capability going into some links as well. And some of those links are Cross Sheep. It is a Link 2 Beast Link Effect monster. 2 monsters with different names. If a monster is special summoned to the zone this card points to, you can apply the following effects in sequence based on the card types of the monsters this card points to. Ritual, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Fusion, special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. Synchro, all monsters you control gain 700 attack. Exceeds, all monsters your opponent controls lose 700 attack. You can only use each effect, or this effect of Cross Sheep once per turn. It does have only 700 attack, but that's perfectly fine because we're basically utilizing it as a way to recover level 4 or lower, or get the attack boost or attack decrease, which can help us greatly in the combo game. Next, I do play the Dark Charmer Gloomy. He is a spellcaster, link 2. Takes 2 monsters, including a dark monster. This card is always treated as a familiar possessed card. You can target 1 dark monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your zone this card points to. If link summon, if this link summon card is destroyed by battle or is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in the owner's monster zone, you can add 1 dark monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of the Dark Charmer Gloomy once per turn. So being able to further, if we go against any Bystials or anything like that, or even against some of the stuff like Draco Tail, can further help us by getting their Mulu or being able to steal a Bystial, which can further help our plays. Up next, I do have the IP Masquerena, which is a dark link to Cyberse effect monster, which requires 2 non-link monsters. During your opponent's main phase, you can, quick effect, immediately after this effect resolves, link summon 1 link monster using materials you control, including this card. You can only use this effect of IP Masquerena once per turn. A link monster that used this card as material cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which leads us to our final card of the extra deck, which is one SP Little Knight, which is a warrior link to effect monster, which requires 2 effect monsters. If this card is link summoned using a fusion, synchro, exceeds, or link monster as material, you can target 1 card on the field or in either graveyard, banish it. Also, your monsters cannot attack directly this turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including a monster you control, banish both until the end phase. You can only use each effect of SP Little Knight once per turn. So this further helps us being able to actually just banish something we really do not want to deal with, but also being able to set up more of an interaction to where if we have a Thunder Dragon monster on the board that we want to banish, we can utilize that and a monster on our opponent's board and get rid of them. So that way we can do more damage, but at the same time trigger a Thunder Dragon effect. Overall, this is what I have for the actual deck and extra deck for the Thunder Dragon K9 Bystial build. If I were to change this a little bit, I'm probably going to cut down the Lubellion to 2 so I can run the new K9 monster. That way I can get a free special summon, interact that way, and further build my boards. If you're looking for a rank 8 to play, you can cut one of the K9 17 Rippers in order to run a Hope Harbinger as well, since you can make that with a Bystial Lubellion and a Thunder Dragon Colossus or the Chaos Archfiend, being able to further play through and set up a spell negate as well in there. Now, that's all that I do have for you guys with this deck profile. If you guys do like this kind of content, please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the video. I do try to respond to all comments that are left on the videos, and I do appreciate it for each of you guys' reactions and everything on this. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same?